Open Your Eyes is brought to you by the Belize Bank, our country, your bank, and Smart, bringing people together.
Live from the GBM studios in Belize City, it's Open Your Eyes. Start your morning right with your hosts, April Martinez and Isani Caetano.
Good morning and welcome to Open Your Eyes.
Start your morning right.
I am Isani Caetano.
And I'm April Martinez. Good morning.
Good morning, April.
Good morning, Isani.
It is the 4th of February. It's a Wednesday. We're midweek.
It is.
We're off to a sort of gloomy and wet start.
Yes.
But it doesn't stop us from enjoying ourselves and our time with each other and our audience this morning.
Yes.
Yes?
Indeed. Yes.
All right.
I'm a little happy it's raining. It's breaking the cold front that the Hawaii here, right? Like, you get for kind of
I'm pretty sure
enjoy
that our viewers who are tuned in right now know I hear that.
No, I think we've been enjoying the cold for a little too long now. I don't know. I am definitely one of those people that prefer warmer temperatures.
Yeah, but then warmer temperatures shouldn't be accompanied by rain.
But that's
right?
not what happened.
All was well until 5 o'clock this morning, at least from my end.
Yeah, same.
All was perfectly fine. I hopped in the shower and I had to kind of turn it off and make sure that the rain had here outside, right? And then I came out and everything was wet. But let's just hope that that's only for this morning.
All right. Well,
Hey.
I just hope that it broke the cold front. That's my one.
I could jump in our show line up for today.
Yes.
All right. So for this morning, we have several interesting topics, right? The first being a breakdown of UB's State of the Region report. And then we're going to be honoring 175 years of Jesuit impact, centering mothers on Valentine's Day with Fawda Henry, and last but certainly not least, creating Valentine's magic with two cute designs.
Love it. We're already in the love month, so
yeah, 4 interesting and diverse conversations we'll be having this morning.
All right, but before we get into our conversations for this morning, here are 5 things that we think you need to know before you leave your homes this morning. First conversation, this has definitely been a continuous conversation, Isani. As you know, we're still discussing the PTL merger, but now the Public Utilities Commission has broken its silence on said BTL merger. The Belize National Assembly gets a $5.8 million makeover. Families sue San Pedro Resort over U.S. tourists' debts. As you know, that incident occurred last year, and we're now hearing back from the families this year. The NTUCB and the UDP protest BTL merger at the Social Security Board today. And last but not least, our Belize appears on multiple times in the Epstein files. So we're going to be talking a little bit more about the Epstein files in that topic. But yeah, let's talk about the BTL merger, and now that we've heard from the Public Utilities Commission.
So on Monday evening, the Public Utilities Commission issued a report.
Yes.
Which coincides with the proposed BTL SpeedNet merger, but is to be treated as separate and apart.
Right.
It just so happens that this report comes around the same time we're having this robust public discussion about this merger, right? And in some parts, the report states the obvious, that BTL is the dominant force within the telecom sector,
Yes.
With as much as 65% of the market. And BTL owns majority, if not all, of the infrastructure, including a submarine cable that connects Belize to San Pedro, and it's an international line as well, right? But like I said, that was a totally separate thing. Yesterday afternoon, there was a media session with representatives of PUC, including its legal counsel. And a number of questions were put forward in that session with respect of PUC's position on this proposed merger.
Right.
Now, I'm going to leave it there for a second and sort of expand the conversation a bit. Look, a lot of these unions, a lot of these organizations, and even some parliamentarians, senators to be specific, have been calling out the PUC for
Yes, they
remaining mum on this issue, right? Because ultimately, the decision rests with the Public Utilities Commission.
Yes.
And so while persons, unions, organizations have taken bold positions against this proposed merger, they're saying, well, where is the regulator in all of this, right? And so the media had an opportunity yesterday to put some of those questions to the PUC representatives, as I mentioned, and they reiterated the very same point that I'm making, and it's no secret that ultimately that decision rests with them.
Yeah.
So, in the mix of it all, BTL has been pitching to various entities why this merger is necessary and timely,
Yeah.
right? But while it seems great on paper and everything, that decision will land on the desk of the PUC chairperson, right? And they will decide what goes forward in terms of this planned merger, $80 million.
There is a line that I believe it was Senator Dennison that said. He said they believe that the PUC took too long in speaking out, and that the press conference really didn't say anything more than what we already know, that the PUC makes the ultimate decision. But the line that he threw that was very interesting to me is that he says he doesn't want the PUC to think of it only as a dominant entity taking over a smaller entity, right? He wants the PUC to think long-term in terms of what competition does for the economy of the country.
So here is the thing, right? So while the PUC wouldn't want us to conflate the two things, the report against what is presently taking place, it's quite difficult to do that.
Yeah, agreed.
Given the fact that we're talking about the same companies that are involved, right? So I get it. They want it to be treated as a totally different conversation, but how do you separate Ham and Hamadili in a situation where they're both involved in the same issue? Right?
I'm very curious to hear more from them because I personally, and maybe somebody can correct me if I'm wrong on this, but I didn't get anything from the press, the media interviews, just because we already know, right? There's not anything else they can say without perhaps maybe breaking their own legal structure,
but
right?
Here's
they can't
the thing
say anything
too.
else.
I guess to be perfectly fair to the situation, so while timeliness is an issue and many of us are clamoring for the PUC to take a position and come forward and say, yeah or nay, this is where we are with it or whatever. But it takes time. You would appreciate that an informed decision is not an overnight thing, right?
They said what,
so you
4
have
months
to,
ago?
You have to be able to weigh the pros and cons. You have to be able to pour over all the information that is available to you and then make an informed decision as to whether it's good or beneficial to the people of Belize and to the sector itself, right?
Fair
so
enough.
that being said, you have to give it lead time. No, lead time or how much time is a relative thing.
I think what the public is scared of is that, you know, this is a continuous ongoing situation.
Yeah.
We're seeing it unfold before our eyes. And as the PUC says that no deal can be made without them, nothing can happen. It started to feel in the beginning like decisions were already made and they were just waiting for the PUC.
Oh yeah, like the idea that some would have that this is a foregone conclusion.
Yeah, this done.
Right?
Yeah. And then
But the thing is, April, when you have that kind of public skepticism, you need someone to come forward and say, hold on, we're not there yet.
Yes, yes.
Right?
And with
Let's not jump the gun.
Yeah, and with 3 of the other entities pulling out of said deal, we know for a fact that nothing really has been finalized, right? But now to go back to the senator's point, and all the independent senators, I should say, they seem to be very much in agreement with their stance that this should not be something that happens right now. We need the competition. Competition is good for the flow of the economy. But then on the other side, you have the CFO of BTL saying we've actually been making a loss all of these years in competing with American companies whenever their customers come to Belize. So I'm trying to figure out, though, at the end of the day, right, in terms of this merger, when I'm hearing statements like those and I'm hearing competition is good, the merger at the end of it all, who does it benefit? Does it benefit the people of Belize or does it benefit
Well,
the
that's
private
what they're
entity?
saying. That's what they're saying. Here's my position, right? As much as I understand what is taking place from my humble office in the media, there are so many moving parts, right? And I think what has been happening recently is that the players involved are running the risk of politicizing this matter.
Yes, indeed.
I saw that over the weekend with a release coming out from the Northern Caucus. And my position was essentially echoed by Julius Espat from Cayo South.
Right.
He's a cabinet minister. I'm not. I'm looking at it as a common sense perspective, and he's looking at it like, well, we had a certain agreement where we said never mind a certain thing, and
No,
lo
we're
and
doing.
behold, they went ahead with it nonetheless. Again, but that's just my opinion on it, right? What I want to know, what I'm interested in finding out is how the average Belizean thinks about this whole thing. Because a lot of times we have conversations and we call it public discourse, but it flies completely over the heads of the average person, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So how do we now take this information? And this is outside of the media's scope. Yes, we have a responsibility to be able to relay information that is easily understandable and palatable to our audience. But that don't mean are you to pitch this thing to the public, right? It's BTL and it's SpeedNet and all the other players involved who should be going to the public and say, well, look, this is what we're proposing and this is what the long-term gains may be and this is how it benefits you.
Yeah.
But, yo, we could talk about
No,
that.
but
Man, there's so many things, including the NTUCB
I was going to
and
say,
PSU.
the political
and,
forefront is
UDP
long
stuff.
gone. I mean, we have been seeing protests from all sides of the aisle. We've been seeing protests from unions. We've seen protests from the opposition. But now we're kind of seeing something else unfold because of this deal. And of course, as you know, it's
well, I go Ali Bone for pick, right?
Wait, before you pick your bone, I just wanted to say, as we know, that the Social Security Board will be holding a meeting today
To discuss said matter.
said
Yes,
matter, right?
But here's my bone.
Okay.
Here's
Back
my
to his
point
bone,
of
I guess.
contention, right? So you have various quarters who
Right.
have been opposing this whole merger,
Yes.
right? And those respective organizations, if you look at what took place last week here in Belize City on St. Thomas Street, while they were there present, they were completely separate in their positions on the matter. I say that because the unions stood back when the opposition basically attempted to storm the compound.
Right.
Right? Now, brings us to today, 1 week later. There's another planned protest at 10 a.m. today in front of the SSB building right here on Princess Margaret Drive. The unions are applying for a permit to demonstrate peacefully, but they want to do so separate and apart from the opposition party.
I guess given what happened last week, they want to show that they are a separate entity
I need to
from the
understand
opposition.
the rationale that whomever officer, whichever policeman or policewoman they dealt with, decided in his or her wisdom that, well, UDP don't apply for that period of time, so ono join me. Right?
They're not the same
They're not the same
entities.
entity.
Yeah.
And I think to Ella Waite's point, she's the president of the NTUCB, she said, well, look, that decision or that kind of behavior, attitude impinges on our right to have a demonstration.
She's right.
You can't put that part we supposed to apply and then see where that goes, but it's not an imposition where you'll tell us, you know. I can't reason with that. That's my bone of contention in all of it.
I find it, I find it disappointing. But also, you know, Isani, whenever they issue permits is because they also have to issue X amount of officers out there for that demonstration.
But
and that's so.
Hey,
no, I'm not
Yeah.
disagreeing with you. I'm just saying that this is my thought, right?
Yeah.
They say, all right, we done the distribute officers out there for the UDP round 2 protest. So why are we going to issue more officers for the union protest when it happened around the same time? You know, it's one of those ways of thinking, Isani, that again holds us back as a nation, right? But I digress. The point is that she's absolutely right. Whether or not they deny them the right, I believe that they said whether they're going to go out there and people should go out there with them, whether regardless if they have a permit or not. Now, how that is going to play out today is yet to be seen, because I'm not sure what the legalities are of them standing out there and protest without a permit.
Well, we'll see how that goes. Suffice to say that we will be covering this thing in the same way we covered it last week.
Please make sure you're not giving with journalists some bodyguards at this
They don't
time
need no bodyguards,
around.
man. No. We're built for that. I can't consider putting no policeman side on my reporters.
record, I'm going to suggest bodyguards,
We're built
right?
for that. All right, well, let's jump into another conversation, right? And I just want to talk about this quickly. The National Assembly building, right? Now, I love a good makeover, right? So the media had its tour of the facility yesterday.
Yes.
Aside from the fact that they were there on Monday for the special sitting with President Irfan Ali, I had an opportunity to tour the facility the week before.
Yeah.
And I must say that a pretty penny has been invested into upgrading this building. I think it's long overdue.
Beautiful.
Some people say it's like from 50 years or so ago the building will get touched, right?
It didn't have a woman's bathroom, Isani.
Well, before we get into the facilities themselves, the literal sense, right? Look, this building for so many decades would have been sort of like a relic of our past, right? And somebody decided in their wisdom, look, man, make us spruce it up, leave it, and put some money. The Taiwanese came forward at 1.5, and the government of Belize put the rest, right? But when you look, and I'm someone who has been attending numerous house meetings, and I've seen the dilapidated state of the whole building. This is a major step forward.
I'm so happy to see
elevator in the house?
Yes.
Man,
access
unheard
to
of.
everybody.
Yes, man.
Yes, I think that's kind of what they were going for.
And they're considering the disabled and diversely able.
All
there
of
we
that.
go.
And I like that they consider as well, for example, I believe they said that now they have comfortable chairs for the senators as they have long meetings. They have a better place for the media.
Just tell us, so from the media gallery, we have several little office spaces where we could do our work and everything.
What?
And man, look, they even
Please don't
trained
tell me I want to
chandelier.
spend more time than the National Assembly building now, Isani.
I can't tell you when I'll ever go back there in that capacity, right? But yeah, even a chandelier they train for good measure.
Very
it's a
fancy. No, but I applaud these efforts. You are right.
Some people are complaining about the price tag, right? Look, and I'll echo the sentiment of the chief engineer, Evan Dale Moody. If you have a problem with how much you think the thing worth, just approach the man, do a walkthrough, and have him explain to you exactly why it is that the building costs X amount.
I could do that, but I could also look at you, Isani, and say you are somebody that is into landscaping, you are into renovating, you know how much materials cost. And if you are somebody that is in construction, if you're an architect, if you're somebody that's trying to invest in your home right now, you know how much materials cost. And so if you are saying that this is a national building. This is where a lot of decisions are made. This is where key persons come in. This is where we host these wonderful delegates that come in from other spaces and regions and international guests. Of course you want the thing look good, man. Right? And
so if this 5.8 was spent in something else, Belizeans might still find something to complain about.
Yeah,
I believe it's a sound investment in our parliamentary system and our history of governance in this country. I think it's money well spent. My opinion.
I can appreciate that they really try to keep the initial plan,
Yeah.
the architecture to make it look like a Maya temple. That's what I know they were going for initially in the beginning, when the National Assembly building was first built. But I'm happy to see that the renovations are beautiful. I'm happy to note that there is a female bathroom now. Yes, I want to keep this saying, guys, because this was
So you didn't into the
indeed
unisex thing?
a building. Yes, you could do the unisex thing, fine. But there was a building that this is how old it is, right? This is what you needed. You needed a space for everybody. And so I am very grateful to see this. I personally haven't had a tour of it yet. So it's only gone about 3 times already, as you heard.
Once is enough.
So I need to go in one time to see it. But I think it looks
I
absolutely
was
beautiful.
floored by the elevators, no pun intended.
No, I'm glad, and then it goes back to what they're saying, right? They wanted a space that has inclusivity. Everybody, this is the people's space. Everybody can attend a meeting, and you are all now able to go in and be comfortable. So
That full Congress building.
yes, exactly. And you want to look good, right? You want something for sure. But all right, Desane, we have spoken about PUC. We have spoken about our facelift. And finally, just as we are wrapping up our conversation this morning, let's take a closer look at the Epstein files.
Man, there's so much to say about this thing.
I don't think we've talked about it enough, though.
I think we've not on this forum, right?
Show.
Good, but it's at this point a global discussion.
Yeah.
Look, this man's dealings, he's dead and gone.
I know.
But his dealings while he was alive, man, span the free world as we know, right?
I was just very surprised to see when I saw the title Belize appears multiple times in the Epstein files. I said, what?
700 times, I think, something like that.
But of course, it wasn't anything directed, well, in relation to Epstein. It doesn't say he was here. It just talks about perhaps business deals with other people.
Yeah.
Yeah. It doesn't necessarily say that we partook in his.
But look, even a member of British Parliament,
Yes.
Peter Mandelson, had to step down because he was named in the thing, and
I think that it's easier to list people that haven't been named in the Epstein files versus people that have. We're talking
but
Bill
here's the
Clinton, Bill Gates.
here is the thing, right? This man was so powerful in society that not only did he rub shoulders with politicians and wealthy businessmen, some of the people that we look to in certain spaces, in certain quarters or areas, are some of the very same people that he rubbed shoulders with. And this is someone who is a known pedophile, right? It goes to show you, though, that sometimes when you're rich and powerful, people are able to turn a blind eye on some of the things that you're doing that are very, very and highly questionable, right? And this is one of them. But there's so much politics involved, and I'll leave it at that, simply to say that while the Americans are clamoring for the Epstein files to be released and put out there, when they do, so many reductions, okay?
Yeah, but
you have to wonder if it makes sense or not, right?
The prominent figures that are listed or that they do come out, now you're seeing conversations, for example, like the past president, Bill Clinton, he now has to come out and make a statement along with his wife, right? Even though a lot of things are redacted, we are, as the public, needing to hear from some of the figures that are listed. It just kind of, it goes beyond morality, I think, because if you're making deals with somebody like that, deals that people are coming out of, you're tending to not just lose sight of your status in society, but you're losing money as well. So I'm very curious to hear more about these. We're not finished the Epstein files now.
A lot of sensitive information was traded.
Yes.
In terms of things that Mr. Epstein knew before it happened, and this is in Parliament, this is in business, this is even in his sex life, right? So many things were happening, and this person was so well connected that even after he died, what, about 5-6 years ago now?
And his death is still questionable.
Well, how he died at this point to me doesn't matter. He died, right? But what he left behind and the trail of carnage is something interesting to see.
Well, Isani, that does wrap up some of the things that we think you need to know. Let us know in the comment section below if there are any topics that you'd like to discuss. And of course, share your opinions with us because, as Isani says, this is a public discourse. Right?
Yes,
We now move on to our Eye on the Weather, brought to you by the folks at the National Meteorological Service. All right, so it has been really, really cold, guys. And like I said this morning, I think the rain finally broke the cold front. So for today's forecast, it's sunny skies with cloudy intervals today. Tonight, skies will be partly cloudy. Only isolated showers can be expected. In our temperatures for today, looks like we're finally going to be getting some warmth. So for our coast, we have our highs at 78 degrees with our lows at 70 degrees. Inland, it's 80 degrees with 64 degrees for lows, and over the hills we have a high of 70 degrees and a low of 58 degrees. In our extended forecast for Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, it looks like those temperatures will be going up. Along the coast on Thursday, we have 79 degrees and 70 degrees respectively. And inland, we have 82 degrees and 64 degrees for low. On Friday, the temperatures seem to be dipping a little bit. With along the coast, we have a high of 74 degrees and a low of 66 degrees, with inland being 76 degrees, and 59 degrees for lows. On Saturday, those temperatures are about similar. We have along the coast a high of 76 degrees with our low of 69 degrees. Inland 78 degrees with a low of 62 degrees. And on Sunday, hopefully those temperatures keep going up as we're seeing along the coast of highs at 77 with a low of 70 and inland 79 degrees with a low of 66 degrees. In our astronomical forecast, the sun rose this morning at 6:23 a.m. and is scheduled to set at 5:49 p.m. The moon set is scheduled for 8:17 a.m. and the moon rise is scheduled for 8:35 p.m. In our marine conditions, the sea state is light chop with winds blowing from the east to northeast at 5 to 15 knots. In our tides, our low tide for this morning was at 6:01 a.m. Another high is scheduled for 11:51 a.m. Another low for 5:58 p.m. And the first high for tomorrow is scheduled for 11:58 p.m. And that does it for our Eye on the Weather, brought to you by the folks at the National Meteorological Service of Belize. Isani, back to you.
All right, great job, April. Guys, when we come back, we're going to be discussing the state of the region report for 2025. Stay with us.
Full-Tech Systems understand that technology isn't just a tool, it's a game changer. At home, smart devices and AI are revolutionizing daily life. In education, tech is making learning more interactive and accessible for students and educators alike. For businesses and government, it's driving innovation, streamlining operations, and unlocking growth, leveraging tech for better services, infrastructure, and security. At Full-Tech Systems, we help you thrive with cutting-edge solutions, partnering with leaders like Dell, HP, Microsoft, APC, Fortinet, Cisco, and Tomy Inc. We deliver the right products for your needs, whether it's boosting efficiency, improving customer engagement, or scaling operations. Connect with us and let's drive innovation together. Full-Tech Systems, your technology center, where you come for the price, but stay for the service.
In the heart of the Kaya district, Calico Jacks is proving that sustainability and success can go hand in hand.
When Calico Jacks wanted to move to solar energy, the biggest difficulty for us was the finance. Belize Bank believed in our vision, and we are very happy and grateful that they gave us this opportunity for the financing.
Through the Credit Risk Abatement Facility, a partnership between Belize Bank and the CARICOM Development Fund, small and medium businesses can access financing for renewable and energy-efficient solutions with reduced collateral requirements.
Here at SCSB, we're grateful for Belize Bank to make it easier for our clients to go green. We're proud to work with businesses like Calico Jacks to help them lower their costs and their carbon footprint.
At Belize Bank, we are powering Belize's transition to renewable energy, one business at a time. Together with our partners, we're making sustainable financing accessible for all.
Belize Bank, financing a greener, stronger Belize.
Shop smart for your Samsung devices in Belize and enjoy benefits you won't get anywhere else. When you shop locally for your Samsung, all your devices will be covered by a 1-year local warranty. You won't get that when shopping with the other guys. When in doubt, always look for the Cellular World seal to know you're getting the real deal. Shop with confidence and enjoy your Galaxy knowing that it can be repaired locally at our Samsung Service Center by certified Samsung technicians using original parts and machinery. Even better, enjoy the best LTE experience in Belize, knowing that your Samsung devices are compatible with major local carrier networks. Get the ultimate Samsung Galaxy experience only when you shop from authorized Samsung resellers nationwide.
Mara's me. My data done, and I really need to get my ARA out today.
Really? Well, you can join our Smart Group plan.
Really? How that work?
Easy, let me tell you.
Whether it's family, friends, or your small business, we've got the perfect plan for every group. More members equals more savings, more connections. Smart group plans bring the connectivity you love to you and your circle. No one gets left behind. Explore Share One package option and add on unlimited data, calls, and SMS for the entire group for less than $50 per member. Visit any Smart showroom countrywide or email sales@speednet-wireless.com to sign up today. Smart, bringing people together.
Clean and maintain your yard the best way with Honda trimmers and lawn mowers. Honda Lawn and Garden Equipment, available at Benquip. Equipment, parts, service.
Unwrap the joy of crystal clear picture and sound from Iowa, the brand that offers you affordability and exceptional quality. Iowa has a wide range of exceptional products to choose from, such as TVs, speakers, headphones, home appliances, and much more at affordable prices that won't break the bank. Enhance your audio-visual entertainment experience with Iowa, and for your convenience, parts are readily available in country for hassle-free maintenance. You can find Iowa products at your local electronics store countrywide. Choose Iowa, the best in home entertainment and household appliances.
Hello, friends. I'm Dr. Bob Roberts with another 60-second sermon from God's Word. The Bible says, "And Simon Peter answered and said, Thou art the Christ, the Son of the living God. And Jesus answered and said unto him, Blessed art thou, Simon Bar-Jonah, for flesh and blood hath not revealed it unto thee, but my Father which is in heaven. And I say also unto thee, that thou art Peter, and upon this rock I will build my church, and the gates of hell shall not prevail against it." A more literal translation means that death nor any other organized power shall be able to overcome or overpower the church. When friends come with me to Belize, I love to carry them to St. John's Anglican Church. It is one of my favorite places because it reminds me of the truthfulness of this verse of Scripture. St. John's Anglican Church is located on Albert Street in Belize City. It is the oldest church in all of Central America. St. John's is a beautiful church. It has been blessed with some great bishops in the years gone by, some of which are buried on the church grounds. I love this old ornate church because it encourages me. It stands as a testimony of what Jesus said, the gates of hell would not be able to prevail or overpower or overcome the church of Jesus Christ. Men may criticize it, but it has stood and will continue to stand. Let me encourage you to find a Bible-believing and Christ-honoring church and be faithful to it.
Today's 60-second sermon has been presented by Christian Foundations of Faith in cooperation with the Baptist churches in your area.
In the heart of the Cayo district, Calico Jacks is proving that sustainability and success can go hand in hand.
When Calico Jacks wanted to move to solar energy, the biggest difficulty for us was the finance. Belize Bank believed in our vision, and we are very happy and grateful that they gave us this opportunity for the financing.
Through the Credit Risk Abatement Facility, a partnership between Belize Bank and the CARICOM Development Fund, small and medium businesses can access financing for renewable and energy-efficient solutions with reduced collateral requirements.
Here at SCSB, we're grateful for Belize Bank to make it easy for our clients to go green. We're proud to work with businesses like Calico Jacks to help them lower their costs and their carbon footprint.
At Belize Bank, we are powering Belize's transition to renewable energy, one business at a time. Together with our partners, we're making sustainable financing accessible for all.
Belize Bank, financing a greener, stronger Belize.
Welcome back to Open Your Eyes, and joining us for our first conversation. It's all about breaking down the State of the Region report. And joining us on studio, we have Director of the Institute for Social and Cultural Research, NICH, Mr. Rolando Cocom. Good morning. Mr. Alberto Mora, he's the coordinator of the State of the Region report. Good morning. And Marco Hidalgo, who is a researcher on this State of the Region report project. Gentlemen, good morning. Thank you so much for joining us.
Good morning. Pleasant good morning, April and Isani. We are very happy to be here this morning to share with you this exciting update that Belize has partnered with the State of the Region, El Estado de la Región. And from our part at NICH, we believe in the importance of data, the importance of research for good public policy building. And the other partners, I should mention them now before I forget, the University of Belize, specifically their research office and their newest entity, the Belpre, the Belize Policy Research Institute, have partnered with Estado de la Región to make sure that this event takes place in Belize for our researchers and students and public officers to be more attuned on where Belize fits in this region in terms of our social, economic, and environmental development trends in the region. And so we're very pleased to have with us our counterparts from Estado de la Región, and we are from Costa Rica, and they've been doing excellent over the years. And I was mentioning just a few moments ago that my first glimpse at the Estado de la Región was in about 2009 when I was a student. And I remember seeing this report and seeing how limited data there was on Belize as well, and the importance of being able to understand what is taking place in our region when it comes to democracy, what is taking place when it comes to the poverty levels, And so that is the purpose of this event that we're going to host at the University of Belize tomorrow, to be able to encourage researchers, to encourage students, to encourage professionals to better understand our situation within the context of Central America.
So just to kind of put it all together, this is a report on where Belize and other countries factor in this Central American region, and I believe the Dominican Republic and Cuba,
also
if I'm not
included.
mistaken.
Yes.
Right. So let's talk about the dynamics of this report. I understand you've been working on it for several years. The last one that we had in Belize was about 7 years ago, if I'm not mistaken. And so now you've come back with a brand new report. 5 years is a lot of time to be doing extensive research, not just in Belize, but in other parts of Central America. Where do you begin to do such a report like this?
Well, we are analyzing 8 countries now, including Belize, Panama, the historical Central American countries, as well as Dominican Republic. Therefore, we need 5 or 4 years to collect the data, to conduct researches, and also to conduct and promote the workshops and meetings related to the discussions of working papers and so on, which are also part of the methodological approach of the report. So this report is focused on those dynamics, social, economic, environmental, and political dynamics that crosses the country borders, and to some extent goes or impact several countries. For instance, climate change, the organized crime, drug trafficking, migration, all of these issues go forward our borders. So it's important to have a regional approach to get to know what's going on and how to coordinate efforts among the governments and other stakeholders at the regional level to approach and to promote public policies and other decisions to really improve our situation.
When you look at what's been happening within the region, perhaps since the last report, what is the key finding this time around? What is the most important observation being made based on the facts that you've been able to gather?
Well, this State of the Region report highlights that Central America and Dominican Republic is now facing a very complicated and dangerous situation. First of all, because of the political systems. We have in Central America now 2 authoritarian regimes, Nicaragua and El Salvador, and there are also complicated political situations in other countries such as Guatemala and also Costa Rica, that historically has been a democracy internationally known as a full-field democracy. And also because some other development trends that are challenging the countries. For instance, violence, drug trafficking, the climate change itself, which is an issue which is very important for Belize, mainly because of the borders that you have, the coast, and the impact that you have historically with the hurricanes and all climate related phenomena as well. And on the international arena, we have also a complex situation that impact our region, our countries. The U.S. new government is promoting new migration policies, has also reduced the international cooperation for many of our countries, which really need some resources to promote basic initiatives related to health, nutrition, and other public services.
I wanted to interject because I think that something like this is very important for us in Belize. We tend to sometimes think of our situations as sole. It's just here, it's just happening here for us, and so a report like this definitely shows us that we are part of an entire network that is our decisions affect the countries beside us and vice versa. I wanted to get Marco in on the conversation because I'm curious to understand how you apply a methodology with all of these different themes in the areas of climate change or poverty and so forth, in a country like Belize where perhaps maybe there's not a lot of information out there.
Yeah, truly I think the region still has the challenge to collect more rigorously data, but we do the best that we can with the data that's available. And as an economist, I can say that this report is not a country by country report. We rather take a regional view. And priorly, you were asking about what has changed since the last report to this latest report. And in an economic viewpoint, I can say that something that structurally we can see now with more information is what the pandemic meant for the region. And pretty much what we are reporting on this latest State of the Region report is that right after the pandemic, there was a high economic growth in the region, and those sources of growing really change across countries. For instance, the northern countries of the region, a big part of their income comes from remittances, meaning we have a lot of migration that goes outside of the region, and then part of that money comes back for people that stay in the country. Belize, however, still it's an agricultural economy, and big part of the GDP of this country, the gross domestic product, is fishery. So there is an interesting heterogeneity within the region. For Costa Rica, Panama, and the Dominican Republic, we are rather leaning towards services and industry. Yeah, so right after the pandemic, there was a huge period of economic growth, and now we're rather stabilized, and we don't have that much growth we have after the pandemic.
It was like a boom immediately following the pandemic.
Exactly. However, one regional challenge that we have is that economic growth we are analyzing is not translated necessarily into better opportunities for our population. Especially, we do not find better job positions for a broader group of population. And we say that there are two special vulnerable groups in this region. First one being the youth. The labor rates, how many people are on the labor force, it's rather smaller in younger group, in younger demographics, but also women. So if we want to have a sustainable growth in the long run, we need to include women in our equation.
It's very interesting because our population, the larger population, are youths. So is it because our population is young, or is it just that there are not enough jobs?
Yeah, I think there's not a single answer to this question, and we still need to do a lot more research to have deep insights on this. But we can say that the informal labor markets are widely spread on the region. So one way to overcome this problem is, on the one hand, have better education, but on the other hand, we have to do better policies to include these groups.
Well, my question has to do with the aspect of women, because at least here in Belize, we've been saying for quite some time that women are taking over key positions in the labor force.
Yeah.
Women are exceeding where men, or females are exceeding where males have been exceeding all along in education and other key aspects of our society, right?
Yeah.
Is it then that we're simply saying this, but the data is showing something else?
Yeah, maybe Alberto would like to add up, but I would have to say that we did a projection exercise and we estimated that for Belize at least, it would take until the end of this century for have an egalitarian labor force between women and men.
Well, that's very, very interesting, because all along we've been saying that.
Yeah, but that really depicts the challenge that we still have to face.
But it's also related to the domestic unpaid work that it's actually done by women mainly, and it is complicated for most of the women to work inside the house, take care of the elderly people and children and so on, and go and work outside the house. And to some extent, this situation is a barrier for many of them to go and have positions in the formal and paid labor market.
So my apply for more women in the workforce is not going on silent.
And it's also related to the care, daily care services that should be available for elderly people and children to allow the women to go into the labor force.
Wow. In terms of, so we're talking about different thematic areas for this report. So we're talking about labor and poverty, climate change, GDP growth. What else is included in this data?
Well, the political regimes, you can find there also analysis of different environmental topics such as ecological footprint, the environmental deficit that we have in most of our countries. But I would like to highlight something about Belize. You know, Belize is a very particular country within Central America, a unique country, I say. On one hand, Belize is geographically a Central American country. It's already beside Guatemala and other Central American countries. On the other hand, Belize is culturally a Caribbean country with strong links to the Caribbean islands and so on, and historically is a European country. So
and more recently it's an American
country,
and it's the only English-speaking country in Central America. I think we should think about why is important to understand the challenges, but also the opportunities that being part of Central America could boost development for and opportunities for Belize and Belizeans. For instance, Belize could promote a training process for English teachers in Central America. It could be very important. We are needing in all the Spanish speakers countries in Central America to train, to teach English, to improve the performance of English teachers. So a regional program that train English teachers in other countries, that promote tourism in other Central American countries, like sort of fellowships or workshops to the yachts and other people come here and learn English. Could be important
I think we
for
do that
Belize
with
and
LC,
for the Central American countries as well.
Mr. Kakama, I wanted to ask you this question because this is, I think we all understand how important this information is, but this is very academic, right? And as I understand, you'll be presenting it tomorrow at UB. Students and so forth will get to see it, but for the average person that might not necessarily understand methodologies and literature reviews and so forth, how do you promote such an important document of information?
Right. You're absolutely right. It is a difficult task to translate sometimes very technical and academic texts into a way that is very easy for us to understand our everyday life, and we interpret our everyday life because of some of these ideologies. And so one of the things that Alberto has mentioned this morning is this classification of political regimes. In Belize today, a lot of people think about our situation and say, well, maybe we need to adopt a political approach like they do in El Salvador. But what the research is showing, based on the international standards of the different types of democracies in the world, what we are seeing according to this report in El Salvador is an authoritarian regime, not a full democracy, which has historically been classified mostly with Costa Rica. And even there, what the report is indicating that is also on the decline and facing some levels of insecurity. And so that raises a lot of questions for us in Belize, right? Because if we are looking at El Salvador as that solution and as a model, and the report, the scientific research is saying something else, it gives us a reason to now have a discussion in our everyday conceptions of politics in Belize.
I'm glad you said that, because the observation is that authoritarianism is something that is catching on in the region. And when you look worldwide, when you look at what's happening in El Salvador, for instance, right, and you look at how Belize is dealing with the issue of gangs and crime and everything, people see that Bukele model, as I would describe it, as the proper solution to dealing with a plague to society. But when you listen to other researchers and social scientists, they're telling you that this thing will eventually collapse and it will be worse for wear down the road.
Right. So it is a complicated situation, is what I would say. And it's also a situation created because of colonialism, right? All of these historical inequalities that we have across the region did not appear overnight, and so there is no overnight solution. And so we have to take a long-term view on this, and that is why this report is framed as a sustainable development issue. How do we ensure over time that we are creating a better society? And it is not an easy task, but what we believe in and what this report is doing for us is bringing us together to analyze what is our current situation, what data set is available, and how do we improve moving along. And I think that is the purpose of the report. That is the purpose that drives this interest. These scholars and investigators throughout the process, they want to see a better Central American region. And so it will take time, but we must also question these everyday conceptions that are sometimes flawed. They're not attuned to what is really taking place in the world.
I would just like to add up that although we do an academical process, which means that first we do a deep research analysis and we have different people on the region working for creating papers, the report really take this down to earth. So the report is not necessarily thought for something just academic or for decision makers, but it's really made for an average people, as you just said. So here I have the summary, which is this, we have this translated to English, and you can find it on the website. And really we encourage everyone in this region to take this as a source of information for daily basis decisions.
Yeah. So are you presenting this to members of the cabinet? Do they get a copy of this report? What happens after you present it tomorrow?
That is our intention. We will be able to have some physical copies that we can make available at key institutions and places in government, especially our public ministries. They are so critical in providing the data that we can use. And just to give an example of the other research work that this process has involved, if you ask the question, for instance, how much finances are we investing in the security apparatus of the state versus education, and how does that compare in the region, and what are some of the outcomes for that? That is also part of this process that this State of the Region report is undertaking. And so tomorrow's event, where we will present it to the community, and civil society organizations have been invited. And of course, it's an open invitation at the University of Belize Belmopan campus at 9 a.m. So if anybody is interested, we welcome you there. And then in the afternoon, we also are having a working session to ask the question, what do we do next? And how do we improve our understanding of the region through collaborative research?
It's going to be at the Jaguar Auditorium?
At the UB Conference Center in Belmopan, yes.
Awesome. Well, gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us this morning. I'm excited for this report. I was already reading it, but now I actually want to finish it. So thank you so much for joining us, and all the best for your event tomorrow.
Thank you very much for the invitation. And of course, we also invite Belizeans to join tomorrow the event, but also to visit our website and follow us in social networks, and to be aware about the information, the data, the findings that we use to publish about the region, that of course includes Belize.
Excellent. All right, our motivational quote for this morning before we go to break is, "The greatness of a community is most accurately measured by the compassionate action of its members." And that is by Coretta Scott King. Thank you so much, gentlemen. We are going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we're going to be centering mothers on Valentine's Day with Fawda Henry. You don't want to miss that. We'll be right back.
Set. I swapped out the water inlet valve and everything is running normally.
Amazing. So what will be the cost?
Oh, for you? There's no cost.
No cost? I'm flattered, but I'm actually married.
Oh no, nothing like that. It's actually part of our 1-year warranty policy.
Oh, well, that makes sense.
Don't worry, it happens all the time.
Really?
No.
Belize's only full-service GE USA dealer. Full service, full warranty, full selection. GE Appliances. Good things for life. Available at Design Depot. All in one place.
Marasmi, my data and I really need to get my ARA out today.
Really? Well, you can join our Smart Group plan.
Really? How that works?
Easy, let me tell you.
Whether it's family, friends, or your small business, we've got the perfect plan for every group. More members equals more savings, more connections. Smart Group plans bring the connectivity you love to you and your circle. No one gets left behind. Explore Share One package option and add on unlimited data, calls, and SMS for the entire group for less than $50 per member. Visit any Smart showroom countrywide or email sales@speednet-wireless.com to sign up today. Smart, bringing people together.
Alright, on the one fun day on, the window open and the light may turn off. It look like you listen to me, Jamie.
Not only that, I even get a new coffee mug where keep my coffee hot all day.
I'm impressed. You don't look like you're so hard, yes?
Better than that, BL can change my meter to one of their new smart meter, they call it the AMI.
Oh, I hear about it on TV from BL. How do you know?
Yes, man, it don't reach the money better to change it right now. Let's go check it out.
Hey guys, I'm almost done here.
So that when you reach my area,
we're upgrading meters across Belize, house by house, business by business. Always look out for BL logo, uniforms, and IDs. BL will make you know when we're in the area. The EMI meter rollout is a part of BL strategy to modernize our energy services.
You don't need to come in at my house, right?
Come in at your house, boss, only if you got something good for you.
BEL, bringing you a brighter tomorrow.
In the heart of the Kayo district, Calico Jacks is proving that sustainability and success can go hand in hand.
When Calico Jacks wanted to move to solar energy, the biggest difficulty for us was the finance. Belize Bank believed in our vision, and we are very happy and grateful that they gave us this opportunity for the financing.
Through the Credit Risk Abatement Facility, a partnership between Belize Bank and the CARICOM Development Fund, small and medium businesses can access financing for renewable and energy-efficient solutions with reduced collateral requirements.
Here at SCSB, we're grateful for Belize Bank to make it easy for our clients to go green. We're proud to work with businesses like Calico Jacks to help them lower their costs and their carbon footprint.
At Belize Bank, we are powering Belize's transition to renewable energy, one business at a time. Together with our partners, we're making sustainable financing accessible for all.
Belize Bank, financing a greener, stronger Belize.
Welcome back. We are having a discussion on Valentine's Day, but specifically centering mothers on Valentine's Day. And we have joining us Mr. Philip Fawda Henry, no stranger at all. And you are utilizing your Do the Right Thing pedestrian crossing school safety program initiative, and you are taking your entity, your organization, and you are now fundraising to take out moms for Valentine's Day. Let's talk about why you started this initiative in the first place.
Okay, this program is not only that why I'm starting the program, it's an initiative to help lower the rate of crime and violence against our single mothers, especially there's so many battered women in a different community, and I work within all these communities across this Belize city and across the country in a whole. But I have noticed that there are so many women who never get the opportunity to go on Valentine's Day because some of their spouses are deceased. And then also you have, some of them have so many children that they have to fend for themselves. They don't even know what is Valentine's Day. So this initiative came up about it. It says like last January, I decided that I must do this to help some of these ladies who work very hard, who clean the street. There are some women who are at home, grandmothers, because it's grandmothers and mothers. Okay. We're going to take these 60 women. We're going on a tour on Valentine's Day. We are heading to Orange Walk. We will tour 4 places in Orange Walk. We will also meet and greet leaders of the government of today and the mayor of Orange Walk. We will be mingling with ladies in Orange Walk who also are single mothers for the day, and then we will head off to Corozal, whereby we will meet with the mayor as well and other people in Corozal. For that entire day, these ladies will get the opportunity to go to the casinos on their own, especially the elderly women who have never traveled. They will get to sightsee how beautiful their country are. And on this day, I want to say that I must congratulate the mayor of Belize City. I says the Honorable Bernard Wagner, who is the mayor of Belize City. He's always there for programs which is positive for our country and for our women and for our children and male of this country. So Mr. Bernard Wagner have dialogue with me and said this is a great initiative. He wants to be a part. So what happened, I am in collaboration with the Belize City Council. And on that day, we'll be taking a bus all the way to this beautiful part of Belize to try to make sure that we never have a mother or a woman who is distressed. We want to remove all the distress. So on Valentine's Day, I will be the only male.
Yeah,
who
he going past 60 days.
These beautiful. They're all mothers.
Yes.
They deserve this because they haven't got it before. So we are going to have their children take care of the younger one, and they're at home. Wow. And we are going to take, when we get back to Belize City that same day, we'll be heading off to another night to remember. So we also will be purchasing ticket for this lady to go to another night. I will be dancing with all of these mothers. So I want you to know, today is my birthday.
I mean, you know, you never wait till I end the interview, but yes, happy birthday, Father Henry.
And let me tell you why I thank Channel 5. Because of the fact Channel 5 have chose my birthday for me to be here to do this great, this great initiative. So I have to thank all of you. But let's continue on why we stress.
What I wanted to ask you, Fawda, is I know it's like all fun and jokes aside, this is a lovely initiative. You're right. There are a lot of single mothers out there that often are forgotten, especially on a day like today, on Valentine's Day, sorry. What else do you hope that they experience from this trip?
Well, for this trip, it's not only because I am choosing this trip because my mother is 89. She lives in Los Angeles. And I grew up without a father. And she may not had this great opportunity. So I think that many of us who are male need to start to see things like this and appreciate our women who have never get that appreciation before. And I am stressing it here live on Channel 5 for the fact that this is the opportunity, the right opportunity to have the right people among myself to do this for women. And this will bring a big change. So this is not only going to continue this day. I do believe that when we get back to Belize City, the biggest part of this program is when these ladies will go to another night to remember, who have never get the opportunity to go out with. Some of these ladies, their husband, they're deceased. You have some of them who went through abuse. They are happy. Right now, I already choose 60 ladies, but I have been receiving calls from other ladies.
I was going to say, how do you choose these women?
What happened during the course of my school program, and I continued to do Christmas program, I started to go to different homes. And I am also, you will say, like a mini politician, because when everybody see me, people are jumping up, what next, Mr. Father Henry? And I decide that we need to do this, because the ladies, they are crying and says it's hard for us. I want to give each one of these ladies a basket. And each one of them will get a token as well. And they will meet with Mr. Bernard Wagner on the 13th of this month. So on the 13th, all of these ladies will be congratulating Mr. Wagner for this initiative and myself, because it's a collaboration. And we are going to thank him for and ask him, why does he choose to do such a thing? Because they need to ask why. These ladies are happy. They can't wait for this day. And I cannot wait myself to travel alongside with all these 60 beautiful ladies. We have grandmothers at the age of 70.
Wow.
And I have to pamper these ladies as well. So
you have your work cut out for you.
It will be a superb time, and I want to thank everybody. I want to also talk about the fundraising, why we are doing the initiative of the fundraising, because Valentine's Day is not only one day. Valentine's Day should be every day, you know, because women are beautiful. They're the person who made us, and we are the ones supposed to appreciate them every time for all these 6, 7, 8 children that these ladies have, and they have to take care of all these children. Now it's time for us to try to give back to them. And this is the first time, and we will continue to do this every year.
So the fundraiser that you, because I understand it's a collaboration with the Belize City Council, but
Yes,
you've also had to raise funds on your own for this initiative. Let's talk about the fundraising.
Well, the fundraising is one of the factor to help most of these ladies. It's not only going to end with the traveling.
Right.
The fundraising is to make sure that these people who are not employed, you have some of these ladies who are not working, you have some of these ladies who are going through some hard time receive their money from the family court. And I have to make sure that these ladies have food in their house and that they will smile at least for a week. So the fundraising is to help them think straight, to have their children raised the right way, and to make sure that their children don't have to reach out to nobody out there to beg anyone. So that's why I'm appealing to people to call my number at 600-1288 to help us with financial support to let us continue this. Every single mothers out there who didn't get an opportunity to reach to me will get an opportunity again for the next trip. So I just wanted to share with you again. My number is 600-1288. I am appealing. I want to thank Honorable, I said, the Mayor of Belize City, Mr. Bernard Wagner, for reaching out to every program which is positive. You know, we doesn't want to see any ladies get left out. But the reason why I choose also single mothers and also mothers who have their spouse will be on this trip. And this is a big laughter and a big happy. Before Valentine's, this lady, they kill themselves with laughing because they are going to get a chance to go to another night to remember.
So as we are wrapping up this conversation, what time are you all leaving and the locations again for where you're going to?
Okay, there will be some of these ladies that we also have to pick up because we know they're at age. And we will have a taxi which will do that. I know Mr. Wayne is listening. He will be doing some of the pickup, but we will be leaving from Pong Yard. We leave Belize City at 8 o'clock. And we will leave the district back at 6 to resume back in Belize City for the night another night. There will be some of these ladies who are older, will not be making it to another night to remember, but the other ones, they will be there. And they will dance their way off into this sunset when the light shine with another night. So I want to ask you as well. I want to ask people out there who are interested, who knows that these women deserve to get these trip of their lifetime, to please call my number once again, at 600-1288. We are looking for donation. The donation is also to make these ladies they have a happy time, eat, and to get a food basket, and also have a banner. Everyone will have Happy Valentine's Day, and we will have videos out there at Pong Yard Bridge when we are leaving at 8 on Valentine's Day.
Wonderful. Mr. Fawda Henry, thank you so much for joining us this morning. You know, good luck with your initiative. And as always, it's amazing the work that you're doing. I'm sure that those ladies are highly appreciative of this day, and they can't wait. Then they anticipate the excitement. And finally, happy birthday.
Thanks. And also I want to say, what would I do without the Mayor of Belize City? He's always there for everything that is right for the people.
All right. Happy birthday, Fawda Henry. I'd say it's 3 times already.
Thank you very much. I want to have a good day today.
All right, you better have a good day.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, we are going to take another quick break, and we'll be back with more Open Your Eyes. Don't go away.
Tech Systems understand that technology isn't just a tool, it's a game changer. At home, smart devices and AI are revolutionizing daily life. In education, tech is making learning more interactive and accessible for students and educators alike. For businesses and government, it's driving innovation, streamlining operations, and unlocking growth, leveraging tech for better services, infrastructure, and security. At Full Tech Systems, we help you thrive with cutting-edge solutions, partnering with leaders like Dell, HP, Microsoft, APC, Fortinet, Cisco, and Tomy 8. We deliver the right products for your needs, whether it's boosting efficiency, improving customer engagement, or scaling operations. Connect with us and let's drive innovation together. Full Tech Systems, your technology center, where you come for the price, but stay for the service.
In the heart of the Kaya district, Calico Jacks is proving that sustainability and success can go hand in hand.
When Calico Jacks wanted to move to solar energy, the biggest difficulty for us was the finance. Belize Bank believed in our vision, and we are very happy and grateful that they gave us this opportunity for the financing.
Through the Credit Risk Abatement Facility, a partnership between Belize Bank and the CARICOM Development Fund, small and medium businesses can access financing for renewable and energy-efficient solutions with reduced collateral requirements.
Here at SCSB, we're grateful for Belize Bank to make it easy for our clients to go green. We're proud to work with businesses like Calico Jacks to help them lower their costs and their carbon footprint.
At Belize Bank, we are powering Belize's transition to renewable energy, one business at a time. Together with our partners, we're making sustainable financing accessible for all.
Belize Bank, financing a greener, stronger Belize.
Shop smart for your Samsung devices in Belize and enjoy benefits you won't get anywhere else. When you shop locally for your Samsung, all your devices will be covered by a 1-year local warranty. You won't get that when shopping with the other guys. When in doubt, always look for the Cellular World seal to know you're getting the real deal. Shop with confidence and enjoy your Galaxy knowing that it can be repaired locally at our Samsung Service Center by certified Samsung technicians using original parts and machinery. Even better, enjoy the best LTE experience in Belize, knowing that your Samsung devices are compatible with major local carrier networks. Get the ultimate Samsung Galaxy experience only when you shop from authorized Samsung resellers nationwide.
And welcome back. Our next conversation is a commemoration of 175 years of Jesuit impact in Belize. We have in studio with us this morning Father Brian Christopher. He's a superior Jesuit community.
Good
morning.
Morning.
And he is joined by Father Jeremy Zippel. He is the SJC Mission Officer, St. John's College. Gentlemen, good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
You're no strange face to me.
Nor to me.
Or to April.
He got one strange face.
I know you gentlemen from St. Martin's.
Yes.
Others would know you from SJC. But you're both Jesuit priests and you're part of the local Jesuit community, if I should describe it as such.
Yes.
175 years of Jesuit work in Belize. What does that mean to each of you guys?
To me, it means 175 years of partnership with Belize. And one of the things as we've gone through this, as we've prepared for this, as we've kind of looked over the history and tried to learn the history a bit ourselves, is that the Jesuits have never done anything. We've never done anything by ourselves. It's always been in collaboration, and I think that's really important. That this isn't just. This is not a celebration of the Jesuits. Like, yay for us! It's a way of. This year is a way of giving thanks to God for things that everything God has done through the Belizeans and through us and through all of our forebears, right? So this is a joint celebration. It's a way that we come together to celebrate.
I think that one of the key historical foundations of Jesuits in Belize was through education and infrastructure and medicine. And I think that 175 years of seeing, especially in Belize City, the growth of all of those three themes kind of shows that community collaboration with Jesuits within the past 175 years. Can you speak to us about how you've all seen that tremendous growth from your from your time in Belize, right? Because
I haven't been here for all 175.
yeah, well, you know,
Brian.
175 years. You guys aged very well. Yes.
Thank you.
But yeah, I mean, when you think about it, the Jesuits arrived in 1851, and Belize wasn't that much in 1851. This was, you know, just as the caste war was happening in the Yucatan, and all of these Maya and mestizos were starting to come down, and that was a population boom. But before that, it was basically Belize City and the logging industry, a little bit Dangriga, Garifuna community, but you know, there wasn't a whole lot here. And the British, frankly, were not concerned about education or religion or formation of citizens. It just wasn't something that, as colonizers, they were interested in. So exactly. So making money, that's why they were here. So the Jesuits really came into this landscape that didn't have a whole lot. And they did come because of all the mestizos coming down from Mexico who were Catholic and didn't have a clergy. There were no Catholics here, and they were all Catholics, so that's why they came. But very quickly they started. I mean, if you look at every district, every Catholic church in every district, from St. Francis Xavier in Corazal all the way down to St. Peter Claver in PG, all of those churches, Binque, St. Ignatius in Cayo, in San Ignacio, here in the city, Holy Redeemer, and St. Martin's, and St. Ignatius and St. Joseph, all of those churches were all founded by Jesuit priests, Jesuit missionaries, and all of them had a school attached to it, you know, where there was never a school before. So really building an educational system over the centuries is, to me, one of the biggest aspects of our legacy, and a really important one.
Now you guys are here doing your part in building and, you know, strengthening what has been put in place by your forebears. How do you feel about your individual contributions? When you look at SJC, you're involved in that particular community. When you look at St. Martin's, you're also involved in that community. How do you guys feel about your individual input to development?
I think the game has changed, whereas I think in past years, past generations, a lot of things have been a Jesuit initiative, although again, as we said, in collaboration. For instance, the credit union movement. I mean, there was 2 Jesuit priests, Father Marion Gainey, Father Hank Sutty, along with a group of women from Holy Redeemer that started that. I think now it's a different ball game. I think now, really, what we're interested in is saying, what is the Belizean church going to look like? I mean, the vast majority of Jesuits who've been through here are North American. But what is the Belizean church going to look like? This is not the North American church in Belize. We've got to make that shift. And we're not there yet as a church, I don't think. But I think now that's the big difference, is learning from Belizeans about what is this church going to look like growing. In terms of our continuing impact, I think education remains critical. And I look at SJC, and a few years ago, they began their university division. And that is huge. That's a game changer. Because in the past, if you graduated sixth form and you wanted to go on to Catholic university anywhere, you would have to leave the country. But now there's a Catholic Jesuit university right here in Belize. That option is available.
I think that the continuity aspect as well is how you build your congregation, right? And I grew up Catholic, and you're seeing not as many young people go to church. I know that, you know, Father Jeremy, he has his TikTok, and while it's all great, you know, and it is a great way to meet people where they are in a platform that is online, and that's where most of the young people are. But how do you bring them to church?
Yeah, I think sometimes the church has to go to them. I mean, my main job these days, I was at St. Martin's full-time for 4 years, but my main job now is at SJC, working primarily with the students, although with the teachers and the whole community, to do kind of faith formation. We have, you know, this month, last weekend, I was with 50 high school third formers on retreat in Cayo for the weekend. The weekend before, I was with 60 sixth formers on retreat. So we we try and do, and these retreats aren't just like sitting around praying the rosary and doing boring devotions, though that's part of it, and not to bash those at all, because I like those, but it's hard to sometimes get students to do that, and it's not necessarily, as you guys know, a lot of our young people in Belize have had a lot of trauma. They've had abuse in the home, they've had all kinds of struggles in life, even from an early age. So on these retreats, we bring them. We bring them a new experience of God that will help them heal from some of those things, and a new experience of themselves, and a new experience of one another. That's what it's about. So some of the old techniques may not get them to church, but I think our campus ministry, for example, at SJC is really creative. Father Brian started last year with some lay partners, started a retreat for young adults here in Belize, and they did their first one. Again, a similar kind of thing of helping people heal with God's help, and it was extremely successful. And so not being stuck in the church and this is the way we've always done things and the way we're always going to do things. No, to go out there and meet people where they are, to hear what kind of things they're asking for, what kind of things young people might want, might speak to young people. I think the TikTok is part of that. I never meant to get into that, but
it happened.
Right, exactly. My students at SJC were like, "Oh, Father, will you do this trend?" I'm like, "What's a trend?" And so we did one, and it went very viral. So then I was like, "All right, well, I'll do more." So,
yes.
Is there a particular event that will be had or held to commemorate 175 years of Jesuit contribution?
It's going to be a full year of celebration, and if you go to our website, you can find the calendar. It's kind of it's laid out quarterly, right? So January to March, and there will be things going on at all of our three parishes: John Vianney, Martins, and St. Peter Claver, as well as at SJC. The big event this month is our Superior General from Rome is coming. He's actually arriving tomorrow, and then Friday we're going to have we'll have a big mass at Fordyce Chapel at St. John's College, which has completely been renovated. So this will be the first mass in the new chapel. But it's a recognition from people from the church outside of Belize that, hey, good things are going on here. There's, the number of Catholics has gone down, the number of Jesuits has gone down, and yet there's a vitality here that's worth noticing, that's worth pointing to.
I'm sorry, maybe this is a weird question, but how does one become a Jesuit? You're talking about integrating Belizeans into this organization, but how does a person?
The Society of Jesus.
The Society of Jesus.
Yeah, so that's a great question, actually. So there are two ways of thinking about it. One is, yes, are there young Belizean men who want to become Jesuits? Isani, if you want to sign on the dotted line, just let me know, and we'll.
I'll see if I can get back to you tomorrow.
Okay. Pray about
so you just sign a contract,
and then you do 11, 12 years of training.
You have 11, 12 years.
It's a long journey.
But we're thinking about this differently. And when we talk about the Society of Jesus, we're not just talking about the Fawda, Fawda and Brera. We're talking about everybody who's a part of this Ignatian family. That's the terminology we use now. What that means is that people who buy into or feel attracted to our spirituality, kind of our way of approaching the faith, our way of worshiping, our way of serving. And there are a lot in Belize who I would say are part of that Ignatian family, whether they know it or not. And that's really what we're looking for. How do we grow that?
Yeah, because I know, a lot of young men and women that are a part of the Catholic Church, they mostly gravitate towards priesthood or the nunnery, but I don't hear very much people say, well, I'm going to sign them that line to become a Jesuit.
Yeah. I mean, we do have we have a few Belizean Jesuits. We have one right now who is a brother. He started his training like 2.5 years ago, let's say, well, more than that, 3 years ago almost, and took his vows his first vows as a Jesuit this past year. Robert Buckland is his name. And so we do, we definitely want Belizeans to become Jesuit priests and brothers. Like Brian said, it is a long formation. I mean, it takes about 10 years of training, and you go to different places and do studies and work. But we definitely, I guess you could say we're actively recruiting for sure. But it is a big commitment. It's a very big commitment to be a priest or to be a Jesuit. but like Brian said, there's all kinds of ways to be involved in the mission, and the people that work in our parishes and in our schools and on other projects that we have are very much, Jesuit. They're not Jesuits per se, but they're very Jesuit. So.
Okay. So 175 years. You start off with your mass tomorrow, Friday. And then you will be celebrating for the rest of the year.
Yeah.
All right. Is everybody welcome to come to mass?
I mean, yes. I don't want to.
Yeah, we'll turn nobody away from mass.
Open to everyone. You might get in trouble if the church packed, but it should be a really nice event. This is only the second time in 175 years of Jesuits in Belize. This is only the second time a Superior General has visited the country. The last time was in 1988.
Wow.
So this is kind of a big deal,
So people will show up.
Oh, for sure, yeah. I mean, come on over. Why not? Well, I'm sure there's enough food.
All right. Well, gentlemen, thank you so much for coming by.
Thanks for having us.
Congratulations to us.
To all of us.
175 years. Yes, Father Brian has been practicing his Creole actively. He's mastering it. He's mastering it. He said Alawi. So thank you, gentlemen, so much for joining us.
Thank you very much.
All right. We'll take a quick break, and we'll be back with more Open Your Eyes. Don't go away.
That's me. My data done, and I really need to get my ARA out today.
Really? Well, you can join our Smart Group plan.
Really? How that work?
Easy. Let me tell you.
Whether it's family, friends, or your small business, we've got the perfect plan for every group. More members equals more savings, more connections. Smart Group plans bring the connectivity you love to you and your circle. No one gets left behind. Explore Share One package option and add on unlimited data, calls, and SMS for the entire group for less than $50 per member. Visit any Smart showroom countrywide or email sales@speednet-wireless.com to sign up today. Smart, bringing people together.
Clean and maintain your yard the best way with Honda trimmers and lawn mowers. Honda Lawn and Garden Equipment. Available at Benquip. Equipment, parts, service.
Unwrap the joy of crystal clear picture and sound from Iowa, the brand that offers you affordability and exceptional quality. Iowa has a wide range of exceptional products to choose from, such as TVs, speakers, headphones, home appliances, and much more at affordable prices that won't break the bank. Enhance your audio-visual entertainment experience with Iowa, and for your convenience, parts are readily available in country for hassle-free maintenance. You can find Iowa products at your local electronics store countrywide. Choose Iowa, the best in home entertainment and household appliances.
Hello, friends. I'm Dr. Bob Roberts with another 60-second sermon from God's Word.
The Bible says, "And Simon Peter answered and said, Thou art the Christ, the Son of the living God. And Jesus answered and said unto him, Blessed art thou, Simon Bar-Jonah, for flesh and blood hath not revealed it unto thee, but my Father which is in heaven. And I say also unto thee, that thou art Peter, and upon this rock I will build my church, and the gates of hell shall not prevail against it." A more literal translation means that death nor any other organized power shall be able to overcome or overpower the church. When friends come with me to Belize, I love to carry them to St. John's Anglican Church. It is one of my favorite places because it reminds me of the truthfulness of this verse of Scripture. St. John's Anglican Church is located on Albert Street in Belize City. It is the oldest church in all of Central America. St. John's is a beautiful church. It has been blessed with some great bishops in the years gone by, some of which are buried on the church grounds. I love this old ornate church because it encourages me. It stands as a testimony of what Jesus said, the gates of hell would not be able to prevail or overpower or overcome the Church of Jesus Christ. Men may criticize it, but it has stood and will continue to stand. Let me encourage you to find a Bible-believing and Christ-honoring church and be faithful to it.
Today's 60-second sermon has been presented by Christian Foundations of Faith in cooperation with the Baptist churches in your area.
In the heart of the Cayo district, Calico Jacks is proving that sustainability and success can go hand in hand.
When Calico Jacks wanted to move to solar energy, the biggest difficulty for us was the finance. Belize Bank believed in our vision, and we are very happy and grateful that they gave us this opportunity for the financing.
Through the Credit Risk Abatement Facility, a partnership between Belize Bank and the CARICOM Development Fund, small and medium businesses can access financing for renewable and energy-efficient solutions with reduced collateral requirements.
Here at SCSB, we're grateful for Belize Bank to make it easier for our clients to go green. We're proud to work with businesses like Calico Jacks to help them lower their costs and their carbon footprint.
At Belize Bank, we are powering Belize's transition to renewable energy, one business at a time. Together with our partners, we're making sustainable financing accessible for all.
Belize Bank, financing a greener, stronger Belize.
Good morning. Yes, guys, I'm ready. Okay, so we'll be seeing fair and mostly dry conditions today, and we'll be seeing that for another 24 to 48 hours. Temperatures, yes, for today along the coast, we'll be seeing 87 Fahrenheit, inland 94, and the Maya Mountains 80.
So we get our weather from you on a daily basis, every morning at 6:30, Ms. Wellington. And we always look forward to your lively voice to help us wake up in the morning. But you're definitely up much earlier, ensuring that we have a weather update.
Well, of course, I'm here since 9 o'clock the night before.
Wow.
And I work right through until 8 the following morning. But I begin to prepare my stuff from the night before. Okay, because we have updates every 6 hours. And so at 5:30, I go and double check the new update to see if anything has changed. And then I prepare all the forecasts, and that includes the general forecast, the 4 days forecast, as we see here.
Right.
The marine forecast.
Right.
Currently, we are in the dry season, so I have a fire forecast, and then we have the municipality forecast, and we have a discussion that we do. Mm-hmm. Okay. All that I have to prepare and publish on the website. But I forgot about the aviation forecast. That is very important for the airport. We have to have that prepared by 5:30 because the airport opens at 6.
Oh.
And that deals with, I would say, low-level features, like from the surface up to 10,000 feet. That's where the local and domestic flights, they fly between these heights. So I have to give them wind speed, wind direction, temperatures, and then there is also a forecast that we prepare here for the aerodrome itself. It's called the Terminal Aerodrome Forecast, specifically for the airport. Mm-hmm. And that is very important because all these international flights that come in, before the pilots even get in their planes, they have to check this forecast. And they have to check to see what the weather will be like at the airport, because Based on that, they make important decisions.
Yeah.
Like, for example, during the rainy season when we are getting these thunderstorms, if we have thunderstorms forecast for the airport, they have to have options where they can land. For example, if they reach here and there's thunderstorms over the airport, we have different what we call alerts, okay? And if we have alert 1, they cannot land. So they have to find options, probably Honduras or Cancun, and wait out until these storms move out of the way. So all of that is included in the aviation forecast.
What is one key information that you would want our viewers to know that they rely on you guys to provide to us?
Okay, without being conscious, they're always thinking about the weather. Even the housewife, the people who are planning trips, because the first thing that comes to mind, I wonder if it will rain today, okay? And unconsciously, they will look somewhere for the weather, okay? And so that's what is important. Even the domestic housewife, they want to know if it's going to rain, to hang their clothes on the line, okay? So yes, we are important.
My responsibility is to support the Chief Meteorologist as the Deputy Chief Meteorologist to help with the administration of the department. I am also the head of the Weather Analysis and Forecasting section that deals with the forecasters and with the weather observers. I was inspired by the fact that meteorology is a very intriguing science. There are a lot of unknowns, and just the mere fact that to be able to tell what the weather conditions would be like to inform the public of upcoming weather events, to me is really, really important. So I find that to be an essential part of my career. First and foremost, we have the observers, what we refer to as the weather observers. Their main task is to observe the current weather conditions outside, the type of clouds, the amount of rainfall that occurred when it rains, right? So they're the main persons. And then we have the weather forecasters, who are actually tasked with using that information to provide the forecast that I mentioned about before. Then we have the agroclimate section. They deal with collecting the data and primarily service the agriculture sector among other sectors that we have. And then we have our IT and our instrument technician section. They are very important as well because they help to maintain the instruments and to do the installation for automatic weather station networks.
As a weather observer, my responsibilities entail collecting present weather conditions. For instance, I need to take readings from 2 thermometers. Here you have the dry thermometer and you have the wet bulb thermometer. And with these 2 temperature readings that we gather, I would go upstairs and enter it into a calculator. This calculator calculates the dew point as well as the RH for that specific time. So after I finish taking this reading, I would normally look up into the sky and I would more or less give an guesstimation as to how much cloud cover. We refer to it as octas. So right now we have roughly 3+ octas or 4 octas of clouds, and then I'd have to identify the type of clouds. Right now, presently, we only have cumulus clouds. Every 9 o'clock, we do an agroclimatic entering of information, whereby we'd have to take measurements from the 1-foot soil thermometer. That's this over here. We'll take a reading from this, and as well as the 4-foot soil thermometer. The main purpose of these agroclimatic reading is for farmers. Yeah, so we'll also take a reading from this manual rain gauge as well. Normally when the rain falls, it get collected into this funnel here, and this funnel then drives the water into this bottle. And then we have a measuring cylinder in the Stepson screen, and then we normally just take the reading from there. It's a counterclockwise anemometer. It just basically records the amount of wind speed through that specific day.
So the number that we have here is saying what?
That the reading basically for that particular day. So every 9 o'clock you'll take the reading from this, and then from the previous day, and then you'll normally give do a calculation to more or less give the amount of wind speed. The difference between the two wind speed for that particular day.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. This particular instrument over here.
Now this looks fancy. What is this?
A solar reader. This is a sunshine card. So what this basically do is it records the amount of daylight for that particular day. So every 6 o'clock, we'd normally come here and replace this with a new one for the new day coming. So if we have a cloudy day, normally you won't see any reading. Why? Because this acts as a magnifying glass. So it actually burns on the sunshine card and it tells you, how much sunshine we got recorded for that particular day.
What just took place there?
Basically, that's the release of the weather balloon. The instrument, we have an instrument attached to the end of that called the radar sun. And the purpose of the radar sun is similar to what my role is as an observer, to collect weather conditions. But I collect weather conditions on the surface while that collects weather conditions up in the atmosphere.
Yeah, because you can't go all the way up there.
For sure.
Yeah. So how are you able to get the information from what that collects?
Attached to that is a GPS, and that GPS sends the data to the antenna over here on this building here. So while it sends the information via that particular signal, we have it set up on our computer system upstairs that continuously runs for that entire period of the flight. Normally a flight lasts for an hour to 15 minutes, or hour and 15 minutes.
Right.
So you'll see all the different weather conditions up there display, what it may be, the temperature, the wind speed, the pressure.
And this takes place twice a day, 5 o'clock in the morning and 5 o'clock in the evening, correct?
That's right.
Okay.
Well, the World Meteorological Day is actually Saturday, March the 23rd, but we have decided to celebrate it a little bit earlier for the mere fact of having the involvement of the schools, right? We really wanted this year to showcase what we do and to use it as a means of inspiring the young minds, right? We have found that over the years that we have had less and less persons interested in meteorology. So we found it necessary to spark that interest, and so we decided that it would be good to have an open day, invite primarily the primary schools to come, see what we do, inform them how it could be possible for them to become a part of the team.
Set. I'll swap out the water inlet valve and everything is running normally.
Amazing. So what will be the cost?
Oh, for you? There's no cost.
No cost? I'm flattered, but I'm actually married.
Oh no, nothing like that. It's actually part of our 1-year warranty policy.
Oh, well, that makes sense.
Don't worry, it happens all the time.
Really?
No.
Belize's only full-service GE USA dealer. Full service, full warranty, full selection. GE Appliances. Good things for life. Available at Design Depot. All in one place.
Maras me, my data don't, and I really need to get my ARA out today.
Really? Well, you can join our Smart Group plan.
Really? How that work?
Easy, let me tell you.
Whether it's family, friends, or your small business, we've got the perfect plan for every group. More members equals more savings, more connections. Smart Group plans bring the connectivity you love to you and your circle. No one gets left behind. Explore Share One package option and add on unlimited data, calls, and SMS for the entire group for less than $50 per member. Visit any smart showroom countrywide or email sales@speednet-wireless.com to sign up today. Smart, bringing people together.
Alright, on the one fun day on, the window open and the light may turn off. It look like you listen to me, Jamie.
Not only that, I even get a new coffee mug where keep my coffee hot all day.
I'm impressed. You don't look like you're so hard, yes?
Better than that, BL can change my meter to one of their new smart meter, they call it the AMI.
Oh, I hear about it on TV for BL ad, you know.
Yes, man, they don't reach the money by to change it right now. Let's go check it out.
Hey guys, I'm almost done here.
So that when you reach my area?
We're upgrading meters across Belize, house by house, business by business. Always look out for BL logo, uniforms, and IDs. BL will make you know when we're in the area. The EMI meter rollout is a part of BL strategy to modernize our energy services.
You don't need to come in at my house, right?
Come in at your house, boss, only if you got something good for you.
BEL, bringing you a brighter tomorrow.
Welcome back, and thank you so much for sticking with us as we wrap up our Monday morning show. Wednesday morning. We want to say thank you so much for joining us this morning. But Isani, before we go, we want to remind our viewers two things. So tomorrow we are having the PUC join us for the morning show, so you do want to stay in tuned for that conversation. If you have any questions and so forth, throw that in the comment section as we are live. But we also did want to touch on one of the topics that we didn't really get to discuss earlier this morning, and that is the lawsuit of the 3 girls that died in the San Pedro Hotel last year. So we did get to hear from the families of how that lawsuit is currently going. And I believe that
it was only recently filed.
Right.
Right? So the incident regrettably happened about a year ago in San Pedro. And I can recall it was over the course of a weekend.
Yes.
Right? I can recall word spreading. Hey, 3 lady, you find now a hotel room in San Pedro.
It's just so obscure.
And the initial rumor, because that's what it was in the first instance, the initial rumor was, okay, well, I wonder if it's a murder. Then they don't find no signs of
entry,
breaking an entry or harm or whatsoever, so maybe that's suicide. Then somebody said, well, they were probably high off drugs because they were seen having tequila shots somewhere else on the island. But the family of these 3 women did not let up.
Yeah.
So there were autopsies conducted here, and they weren't quite satisfied with the outcome of those post-mortem examinations and went further. And it was subsequently determined, excuse me, it was subsequently determined that it's carbon monoxide.
Yes.
And I remember in the immediate aftermath of this thing, the concerns that were raised, not only for the tourism sector, but the safety of guests who visit these hotels, these resorts, and these stays. And for a while we were discussing it because it was sort of unheard of. You know, Even the commissioner of police at the time weighed in on the matter and so on. But it went sort of dormant, right? The bodies were returned to the United States. These women were buried. And the families are still seeking justice.
Yeah.
And after a year, they don't feel as if though they've found closure with respect of what took place. So they hired an attorney, Tom Scolaro. He's the attorney from the state of Massachusetts that's working on this case.
Yeah.
Yesterday they had a press conference in Revere, Massachusetts. And when the email was sent to me, I said, okay, well, we are not in Revere, Massachusetts, but it would be interesting to have one of our reporters sit in on this session to get an understanding of what's taking place. And so out of it, for me, are two things. The family still has a long way to go in terms of grief and dealing with the loss of their loved ones. That was evident in the session yesterday because they were breaking down while they were discussing it. And secondly, it's a string of lawsuits actually that have been filed all the way from the resort, the Royal Cahal, which is a Canadian-owned business on Amberger Ski, the booking agent,
Expedia, I
right?
believe, yeah.
Everybody that has something to do with these women traveling to Belize for vacation.
Yeah.
And I think for me, April, no parent, no sibling, no best friend, no employer, colleague would want to think that when their loved one travels for vacation that they're not coming back.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And I could only imagine the heartbreak, you know, when that news reached their respective families.
Yeah.
Look, these young ladies died inside a hotel room in Belize,
Yeah.
in San Pedro. It wasn't until room service
Came.
raised an alarm. Hey, 2 days, we're not here,
haven't cleaned.
ladies.
Yeah.
Then the discovery was made.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
I think that it also kind of gives us an eye-opener too, Asani, in terms of the way that perhaps we do health and maintenance in our hotels. It kind of will alert business owners to be a little bit more vigilant because carbon monoxide, inhaling carbon monoxide, that's a long time to be in a space with that deadly poison.
It's a deadly.
Yes.
It doesn't have an odor. You don't even know that you're breathing it in.
You don't know it's happening.
Yeah.
Exactly. So, you know, it definitely has to give us a little bit of an eye-opener as well, especially for our tourism sector. We have to make sure that we maintain that. So we will be keeping an eye on this story and see what happens next.
Certainly.
But we want to say a big thank you to our viewers this morning for tuning in, having the conversation with us, and thank you so much to our guests as well. It is February 4th. And well, we don't tell Father Henry happy birthday, but happy birthday again to him. And if you are celebrating a birthday today, happy birthday to you from all of us here at Open Your Eyes. And if you have a birthday shout out or just a question or a comment, you can drop us a line right here at oie@greaterbelize.com. You can also follow us on Facebook for our live every day on Open Your Eyes BZ, and check out our highlights on Instagram at OYE Belize. You can also call us or text us on our WhatsApp number, that's 675-2555. But please do us a favor and join us again tomorrow when you open your eyes.
To start your morning right.
Be sure to keep your eyes, your minds,
and your hearts open.
We'll see you soon, Belize. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye.
Open Your Eyes was brought to you by the Belize Bank, our country, your bank, and Smart, bringing people together.